各位来宾、各位朋友，大家早安。很高兴有机会回到台湾。台湾是我第二个家，可是我的国语不太好，对不起。所以我要英语说 it's easy for me, and I think it's better for you. Today's a very special occasion, not just because it's always a pleasure to be in Taiwan, not just because, as my good friend Shunai reminded us just a few moments ago, that he and I first met in this very place 12 years ago now, but because we have our locomotive Dougal here, certainly the furthest it's ever been from the UK, and we're delighted to see it in Taiwan. It's given pleasure to thousands of visitors to our railway over the years, and we hope it will give as much pleasure to visitors to the Sugar Cultural Festival. Bringing a steam locomotive halfway around the world, even a small one like this, isn't a small task. There's all sorts of regulatory issues, regulations, customs clearances to sort with. Normally it would take a year, probably more, to arrange. In this case, it's been done in just a few months. Goodwill and a lot of very hard work on both sides has made what would be the impossible possible. Many people have worked very hard behind the scenes to achieve that. I'd like to thank Yangmin Shipping Company and Logistics Company who worked together to bring Dougal here. The staff in the Land Development Department at Thai Sugar who worked so hard, the team here at Swanto Mill and our own engineer who made sure that Dougal is in steam today to give us all pleasure. My thanks go to all of them. But there are three people in particular that I would like to thank, who I think deserve particular praise for making this happen. First of all, Chairman Huang of Thai Sugar. He wrote to me earlier this year suggesting a sister railway agreement between Thai Sugar and the Welsh Pull and Clanfar Railway. We were delighted to agree. Thai Sugar's got 5 tourist railways, a great reputation, and so we're delighted to be able to work with them. Secondly, Ms. Jenny Lin was probably hiding in the background somewhere. She came to me in the summer in London and suggested, what about bringing Dougal out for the Sugar Festival? Now, knowing what's involved in bringing a locomotive out, I thought she was talking about for next year or maybe the year after. But knowing Jenny as I do, I should have realised, actually no, she meant this year. And Jenny wasn't going to take no for an answer. She was determined it would be here, and it is. And finally, Ainsley Chen of Thai Sugar, who again is probably hiding in the background, but she's the person in the Land Development Department who's cooperated with us, who worked so hard to ensure that everything was in place for today. There she is at the stage, take a bow, Ainsley. And I know that she was working late at night, at weekends and during the week to make sure that everything was ready. And looking at the arrangements today, I'm sure you'll agree with me that she's done a superb job. So a big thank you to all of you, and indeed to all your colleagues. Now, I'm sure you'll agree with me that Dougal is a very charming small locomotive. But some of you may wonder, particularly the railway enthusiasts, what it's doing at a sugar cultural festival. It's never worked in a sugar mill. Dougal was built by a Scottish company, Andrew Barclay. Now, Andrew Barclay supplied some of the very first locomotives to Taiwan's sugar mills over 100 years ago, working just down the road at Xinying. They also supplied the first locomotives to the Alishan Forest Railway and some early locomotives to the East Coast Line. So their connection with Taiwan goes back very many years. We're pleased to see it revived today. Our own connection with Taiwan is more recent, but as you heard in the video, 14 years ago we bought DEMA number 175. It's given us many years of valuable service. Last year we signed an agreement, a sister railway agreement with the Alishan Forest Railway, and the cooperation agreement we're going to sign today is a further step forward. We're looking forward very much to seeing our cooperation with Taiwan grow over the years. Yesterday we had a very informative international forum. We learned a lot from that, and it's clear to us that both sides can learn from working together and cooperating together. Today our locomotive is here. We very much hope that we can see one of your locomotives or rail cars in Wales on an exchange in the near future. But not just locomotives. Travel between our two countries is easier today than it's ever been before. Many thousands of Taiwanese already come to the UK every year. Now that you've seen Dougal here, we hope you won't just come to London and to Bicester Village. We hope you'll come a little bit further to visit us and see Dougal at home with his brothers and sisters. You'll be very welcome, and we look forward to seeing you, just as we look forward to many years of fruitful cooperation with the Taiwan Sugar Corporation. Thank you all. Gamsha, Shishadacha.